Text-to-911 is now available statewide. It is an important alternative to calling 911. Here is a list when Text-to-911 could be used. First, when it is too dangerous to call while a crime is in progress. Second, when someone must remain quiet to stay safe. Third, if peer pressure is strong. Fourth, when a person is deaf, deafblind, or hard of hearing. How does this process work? First, in the to space, enter 911. Then, in the text message, text your exact address or describe your location. Explain the type of emergency. You can also choose to self-identify as someone who is deaf, deafblind, or hard of hearing. Press send. When you text 911, dispatch will ask if they can voice call you. If you haven't already, you can let them know that you are deaf, deafblind, or hard of hearing, and that text is the best way for you to get help. You are not required to self-identify as deaf, deafblind, or hard of hearing if you do not want to. However, be aware that the dispatcher will ask you to call if you are not in immediate danger. This is because the technology for calling is faster and more reliable than texting. When you get a message back, promptly answer any questions and follow instructions. Do not use emojis, slang, GIFs, or photos. No shorthand texting, BRB, IDK, BTW, THX, etc. Yes, it works! Several people who are deaf, deafblind, or hard of hearing were part of the prearranged testing procedure during the rollout back in late 2017 and early 2018. Please do not try to test it yourself. That will take away the dispatcher's ability to help people who are experiencing a real-life emergency. Yes, as long as you have text and cell service, However, if you are using roaming service, the 911 text will bounce back to you. So make sure you have good cell service. If you are not in Minnesota or along the border of Minnesota, dispatch may not receive your 911 text. No, you do not need to use an area code. Dispatchers prefer to receive a call instead of a text because first, they can track your location better. Second, it is faster to exchange information. And third, they can listen to background noise and get an idea of what is going on. However, you as a deafblind, or hard of hearing person can choose between texting or calling. Use your best judgment. First, concentrate on the emergency at hand. Do what you need to do to get help. Second, save the text conversation. When the emergency is over, contact Deaf and Hard of Hearing Service Division, DHHSD, and describe what kind of barrier you experienced, as well as the date, the time, and where you were located. In the past, there have been some instances where the dispatcher insists the person call instead of text, even after self-identifying as deaf, deafblind, or hard of hearing. However, this should be less of an issue since there have been additional training for dispatchers. Yes, there are several ways you can contact 911 in Minnesota. You can use your preferred device, whether it is a voice call, caption phone, IP relay, text, or video phone. If you use a video phone, make sure that the address linked to your video phone is correct. If you happen to use a TTY, 911 call centers are still required to have a TTY at their center.